I had the privilege to serve as SFM's president. A week from the start of our 22nd national conference on September 18th in Boca Raton, Florida, a day that changed the world forever happened, 9/11. I was working for Goldman Sachs 10 blocks from the World Trade Center, and I witnessed firsthand the destruction and devastation of that day and lived its lingering aftermath for the following days, weeks, and months. SFM immediately responded. Food service contractors also rallied to support these efforts, supplying product and personnel to assist. And many times they got the assistance of their clients who provided financial aid. Without this tireless dedication and effort, Lower Manhattan and New York City would never have recovered in the time and manner which it has. SFM's board of directors and association management team, led by Tony Butler and Peg Plout, quickly decided not to cancel the national conference, but to delay it until the end of October. Remarkably, the conference agenda did not change as presenters worked with SFM to adjust their schedules. Equally remarkable was the fact that sponsorship didn't drop, and in fact, it actually rose during that time period. And it was a true indication of a testament to the dedication of SFM's financial supporters. We longed for the return of normalcy, but we realized what we considered normal on the morning of September 11th, 2001 would never return. We face similar circumstances and challenges today as a result of the COVID pandemic. Out of challenges come opportunities, and I'm confident SHFM will continue to overcome and grow together. As with 21 years ago, never has the saying, people helping people, had greater meaning. The 20th Critical Issues Conference is SHFM's way of never forgetting 9/11 and preparing for whatever the future holds together.
Hi everyone, I've been asked to speak about Whitson's experience during 9/11 and our industry's response to that incredible challenge. It's important to acknowledge a tragedy of so many people losing their lives suddenly and unexpectedly. Like many of you, we either knew people that were lost or knew someone that did. And since none of our clients were directly impacted, we immediately positioned our mobile kitchens into the ground zero area. It was a scary time for everyone, but our team members were courageous. And within a few days, we managed to position the kitchens in the heart of ground zero, right in the middle of the West Side Highway. Since we had a contract with the Salvation Army, they called us on day one requesting that Brother Doug and myself tour ground zero with the idea of finding out where to put various food service centers throughout the area. This would be a more formal operation with paid staff and purchased supplies. And by December, the EPA tent would serve as a hospitality center and become known as the Taj. However, after our lengthy tour, both Doug and I were filthy, tired, and mentally exhausted, and we just wanted to go home. But we still needed to go to the Salvation Army headquarters and meet with their board and propose solutions. I suggested using self-service to conserve staff and keep costs down, and this was immediately rejected. So I questioned if they understood the impact of having such a high number of meals over an extended period and the financial impact would be. And what the Colonel said was something that I'll never forget, and it has informed our approach to the business ever since. He said that it was not just about the food, but about having our volunteers smile and look the customer in the eye, reflecting God's love for them. And yes, Mr. Whitcomb, we can afford this service. Well, I was ashamed that I hadn't grasped the fundamental concept before, but I immediately got on board and shared this with our team. Whitson's operated a total of 6 hospitality centers, including the Taj, serving 20,000 meals per day over an entire year. I greatly value friendship, and I remember and appreciate Dick Catani and Rudy Flick calling out to speak to us to see if we needed any help in this matter. And I have to say it was very comforting because we certainly were operating at the outer edges of our ability. And it was nice to know that they were there if we needed them. This is one of the great benefits of SHFM, getting to know your peers, your suppliers, your competitors, so that you can become friends, learn from them, and they can help you in your career in many different ways. You know, I also remember the entire country being unified People from every state of the Union came to Ground Zero to serve and to volunteer or to bring some needed resource. It was a time when I felt that we could accomplish anything with that kind of cooperation. Well, I can't be there with you today, so I want you to all know that we're part of a great industry. Food service is a profoundly important function, and I'm proud to be part of it. Have a great conference.
The very tragic events of September 11th left us in the food service industry all rethinking our emergency preparedness for future disasters. I was on the SHFM board of directors and acting treasurer at that time. The SHFM leadership decided that our members needed tools and resources to help them developing their own crisis plans. As a result, they created the Critical Issues Conference, thinking was going to be the first and only. Boy, were they wrong. The inaugural CIC was held at Prudential Financial's world headquarters in Newark, New Jersey, where I was employed as the client liaison. We had a fantastic turnout with over 200 attendees and a very educational panel of speakers. That CIC is where I first learned about gas shutoff valves and quick disconnects for kitchen equipment safety. 20 years later, SHFM still hosts a yearly Critical Issues Conference, informing our members on the most current issues affecting the food service industry today. And I think it's a safe bet. SHFM will be hosting CICs 20 years from now too.